What's up YouTube? How are you doing today? Chana D, your Techno Dad here with a quick video for you. Now I get asked this question all the time. How do you trust the power ratings for these AVRs, whether it's on the website, whether it's on the box? Which ones should you actually look at and which ones should you stay away from? So just getting into it, basically we want to get a power rating that's put in probably 8 ohms. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, we want to see like what kind of signal was put in, and we want a full bandwidth signal. That means something that's 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, okay, or 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. However it's written, those things mean the same thing. The next thing we want to see is a percentage of harmonic distortion. Total harmonic distortion, THD, you'll see that somewhere. It's usually a percentage, and we're looking somewhere in the 0.08%. That's pretty good. Anything that says 10%, not good. And of course, we want to know if it's 2 channels driven or 1 channel driven. Those are the things we need to know, especially with these multi-channel AV receivers like 7-channel Atmos, 9-channel, 11-channel. We need to know what the power rating is, and they usually only let us know in a 2-channel situation. So I've gathered some AVRs, popular ones that people have been talking about. So let's just jump into their specs and see what Denon's got online, what Marantz has, Sony, and Onkyo, just to name a few, but this happens for all of them, so let's check it out. So I'm on the Denon website and I've got the stats for the X3600H pulled up. Now it's got 9 amplifiers and it shows power output in 8 ohms, full bandwidth, 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, 0.08%, 2-channel driven, and it's telling us 105 watts. Now that's pretty good. The one you want to stay away from are the next two that say power output 6 ohms and you see 1 kilohertz signal. We don't want that. 0.7% harmonic distortion, that's kind of high. 2 channels driven, that's still good, but all those other things kind of cancel each other out. Now the one at the very bottom, 6 ohm, 1 kilohertz, 10% total harmonic distortion and 1 channel driven, 215 watts, we do not want to see that. Now what's strange is there is a YouTube video where they say the power is 180 watts per channel for this AVR. Like, where are they getting that number from? I have no clue. Now if we look at the unit itself, there's a sticker on there that says 9 by 180 watts. What does that mean? Where did they get that number? Are they just pulling the numbers out of the sky at this point? Like, what the heck? I don't know. Let's move on to Marantz. So here are the specs for the Marantz SR6013 AVR. Number of amps, 9. Power output at 8 ohms, full bandwidth, 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, 0.08%. Total harmonic distortion with 2 channels driven, 110 watts. That's the power rating that we need to see. If we go on, we still get a 6 ohm at 2 channel with a 1 kilohertz signal, 0.7%, not that great. And of course, the one we do not want to see, the one that's completely useless, is a 6 ohm, 1 kilohertz, 10% THD, and 1 channel driven. We do not like that at all. And if we look at the sticker on the front, we can kind of make out it says 9 by 185 watts. Again, where are they getting this number from? It doesn't say 185 watts anywhere at all in the spec sheet. So please people, be careful. Don't believe what you see on the box or on the unit, okay? You gotta go to the manufacturer's website to see exactly what's going on and look for that full bandwidth number, 2 channel driven, with like a low amount of total harmonic distortion. Let's move on to the Sony, because I know a lot of people are asking about the STR-DN1080. Now when we go to Sony's website, we see the power output only as one thing, and this is the rating of 6 ohm, 1 kilohertz, 1 channel driven, 165 watts. That's just bad. We do not want to see that. Now the funny thing is, if you go to Crutchfield, the power output for the same AVR in 6 ohms, full bandwidth, 0.09% THD, which is better, 2 channel driven, 100 watts. So what does that mean? If you have 8 ohm speakers, would we be around 80 watts, 85? I don't know, but at least that is a better rating than the one on Sony's website altogether. Now, of course, you know what I'm about to do. Let's look what it says on the box. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. The box says it's 7 times 165 watts. Wow, that's just messed up. All right, let's jump over to the Onkyo TX-NR840. Now on the Onkyo website, we see it say 250 watts into 3 ohms, 220 watts into 4 ohms, and 130 watts into 8 ohms. Now this just says front for each of those, so I would imagine that's just 2 channels driven. And it does say underneath here, full bandwidth, 0.08% total harmonic distortion. I think this is good rating to say 8 ohms, 2 channel driven, 130 watts. You're good to go with that. Now, if we look at the sticker on the AVR, we see a number of 215 watts per channel. Where they're getting all these numbers from when the numbers on the website are totally different than the numbers on the unit itself or on the box. And clearly that's just meant to like show that it's, you know, it's got more power, you know, like Tim the Tool Man Taylor, we need more power in all of these things. So I don't know where they're getting these numbers from, but you guys need to be careful out there, especially if you're buying an AVR. You know, they got a lot of sales right now, and basically you're probably choosing between, you know, something that's got 110 watts or 115 watts, and you know, is that power difference worth the money? Please just go to the manufacturer's website and look for a number that's full bandwidth, 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, very low total harmonic distortion. You want that at 0.08, 0.07%, 0.05, 0.01% would probably be ideal, but hey, you know, that would be in a perfect world. And of course, 2 channels driven. Now, even though you're gonna have like a multi-channel amp, like a 5, 7, 9, or 11 channel AV receiver, the thing is that number, that 120 watts or 110 watts into 2 channels is going to diminish as you add more channels. So the higher the number, the better, but you know, it's pretty tough, especially in the budget range, like under $400. Those AV receivers aren't going to be putting out that much power. So I hope you guys have learned something here. Definitely you want to go to the manufacturer's website. Also look for a full bandwidth power rating number, and don't be fooled by what you see on the box or what you see on the unit itself. Chances are it's probably not what it's promising. Why do they do this? I don't know. It's probably because there is no standardization. That's probably the answer. So I do know there's no standardization. So there you go. It's just, they're just doing whatever they like. Yeah, fantastic. Sure, yeah, let's just do that. Now, if you guys have any questions about amplifiers or AV receivers and power, and you want me to check something out for you, let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you found this video helpful, also let me know that. Hit me up on social or email, whichever you like to use. And that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, go ahead, smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel using the button in the middle of your screen. Once again, my name is Chana D. I'm your Techno Dad, and I'll see you next time.